Hi everybody, Breaking Ebeez here. Welcome to today's video. Today we're back on American Truck Simulator and I want to show you what you can do as a free-to-play player. Now, arguably, all the best trucks and all the best trailers which are externally available for the game are payware. So your John Ruders, your Kia Shadow Walkers, your pingers, etc. And the pizders, there's loads. DOMs, there's that many. And some of these individual mods are between $60 and $100 a piece. Well, you can spend a hell of a lot of money on the game if you're not careful. But if you want to have the best experience and the coolest looking trucks and trailers and cargoes, you've got to pay the money, right? Wrong. You've not. All you've got to do is basically focus on 4 free mods. So mod number 1 wants to be your graphics, and I heartily recommend you try out Realistic Brutal Graphics and Weather as one of the best free graphics mods out there. This is irrespective of what version of the game you're on. You're then also going to want to find yourself the coolest free trailers. Why am I not listing what I'm using? Because everybody's different. This is my truck and I absolutely love it. But I also love my Peterbilt, I also love my Freightliner, and I also love my Kenworth K100. So your choice of mod truck is very, very much up to you. But to give you a simple search example, all you need to do is open Google, type in ATS space your game version space mod space trucks, and it will bring up a ton of free mod trucks available to you. I've gone with this beautiful Kenworth T910 because it's one of the best freeware mod trucks that I've found. However, there's a whole raft of really high quality freeware trucks. There's also a lot of rubbish which will either make your game crash or absolutely trash your frame rates. I'm afraid it's going to be a case of experimenting and finding out which is your favourite truck. You then need to, so you've got your realistic brutal graphics, you've found your truck, you've got your truck. You then need to decide what sort of trailers you want and do a search again on Google, ATS space your game version space trailers, and do a search, and you'll find there's some absolute beauties and probably not what you really expected. Last but not least, the only other essential mod you need is an engine sound mod, and again you are spoilt for choice. Again, just do a simple Google search, ATS space your game version space engine space sounds, and it will come up with a whole raft of free sounds. Pick one that you really like and you're really comfortable with. There's a lot of crackers out there, there's also a ton of rubbish. So again, it's a case of sifting through the wheat from the chaff. Now I am making and playing this all on Linux Mint 22.1 Cinnamon, which means I'm at a huge disadvantage versus the Wimblows boys. Nevertheless, these are the results on my hardware that are listed underneath the video. So if you've got hardware as good or even better, then you should be able to achieve the same level of driving bliss and pleasure that I've achieved on this older PC gaming rig. Okay, so I've currently got a job on and I'm using, now again, be very careful when you're choosing your mods. I'm running the genuine Featherlight trailer, which is available for free. But there's another Featherlight trailer from a modder called Cyrus the Virus, which is absolute pants. So again, be careful what you put in order to get the best, because You know, a decent trailer will not hurt your frame rates, won't give you thousands of red entries in your log, etc, etc. So it's important that you pick the right ones. Okay, let's go ahead and do a bit of driving. As you can see, realistic brutal weather is there. The truck I've chosen, as I say, is the Kenworth T910. There's a billion trucks out there that you could quite happily use. And she's coupled with the Shelby Featherlight trailer.
Calculating route.
And she sounds absolutely fantastic. She really does. I don't know if I'm going to get this out of here, actually. Because, as the actress said to the Bishop, it's ooge. But hopefully, as you can see on the video, it's absolutely stunning. It's gorgeous. Okay, we do need some lights on before we get fined, and that's it. And there's no reason why you can't achieve this sort of quality and driving experience. Now, as I say, it will depend on your hardware. It will also depend on the version of the game that you're running. On my hardware, I would heartily recommend version 1.36 if you don't like the Fmod sound system, and version 1.37 if you do like the Fmod sound system. I'm currently running version 1.37. However, I could get away with up to version 1.43. Anything above 1.43, you're going to need significantly better hardware than what I'm packing. I'm packing a Ryzen 5 1600 AF 6-core 12-thread processor. I'm packing 16 gigs of DDR4 RAM, and I've got an AMD Radeon RX 580. So not too shabby, but in 2025 absolutely ancient, archaic. If you've got any of the RTX series of cards and you're on the Winblows, then you should be good right up to the latest version. And I have tested 1.53 with an RTX 3050 at 1080p, and it was amazing, spider silk. But as I say, if you're using older hardware, then you know 1.37 will do you proud. However, the older version of the game you go, the more incompatible official DLCs become. So do bear that in mind. So for me, I can't use Idaho DLC or anything else after that. I can only use all the DLCs before Idaho, which is a bit of a kicker, really. I don't know what I've hit. A bit of it something anyway. So there we go. I mean, even on this level of hardware, on 137 you should be able to have the driving experience of your life. Again, I've put full game configuration settings of what I'm actually using underneath the video. So again, if any of you struggle with that, do drop me a note under the video and I'll try and help you out. But I have to say, this is absolutely breathtaking. And even though it's a much older version of the game, it's still very capable and very able. Now, you could do yourself a big map combo and have the whole of the United States, Canada, Indonesia and the whole of Mexico and have a huge driving area. But bear in mind, the more mods that you add, the more data that's in the game that shouldn't be there. So it will start affecting the smoothness of the game, your frame rates and everything else. So do bear that in mind. But in 2025, if you really want to get the most out of Euro Truck or American Truck Simulator as a 100% free-to-play freeware player, then you have a ton of cool options available to you. And believe you me, we have got some amazing free trailers. So I'm currently using the Featherlight on here, but we've also, I mean, these are all just your standard SCS trailers just here, but nevertheless nice additions. And of course you're spoilt for choice on custom skins that you can install, and it's a relatively simple affair to make the trailers absolutely match your trucks and make them your own. So you really are spoilt for choice, you know, and it's you know, it's your pleasure, it's whatever you want to do and how you want to play it. And that's why I've not listed the mods that I'm using personally, because we all like different things, and you know, what I absolutely love you might hate. So you know, to make this game 100% your own in 2025 on, let's call it budget basic entry level hardware, not only is it possible and doable, it's downright enjoyable. Now I've also got a selection of other trailers in here that are designed to match specific trucks. As you can see, that one's destined for here along with this. We can also do Australian road trains quite easy. So again, depending on the quality of the mod that you download, install, well, that will also dictate the quality of the mod in game. So this one, for argument's sake, we have quads. I don't know how you'd even get this in the map, but nevertheless we do have available quad road trains. There you go. And we also have road trains available in you know, your box type trailers. So again, if we select this, these are all obviously Australian trailers, but you know, I mean, you could do this sort of thing. Again, how on earth you'd fit it in the map, I've no idea. You can have triple road trains, you can have double B triples, you can have quads, whatever floats your boat really. And you really can customize the pants out of it, and that's half the fun. And at the end of the day, when you do your video or your live stream, you will look just as cool as the streamer that spent a couple of $100 on engine mods, sound mods, truck mods, trailer mods. You know, so I'm going to be doing my American Truck series very shortly, called West Coast Customs. I was originally going to call it 8 Ball, but I'm going to go with West Coast Customs because I quite like that. And you'll find that, you know, you can add whatever levels of realism you want into the game. We've got full physics and suspension going on here, and the game is pretty smooth, I'm just saying. Now there's also a massive variety of transmissions, and that is an area that you should be paying particular attention to, because your transmissions dictate whether your vehicle is a heavy haul specialist or whether it's built to be a pocket rocket, and it's whatever you floats your boat. But again, there's some great transmissions out there. For those of you on the latest 153, check out PAG, PAAG, perfect all-round gearboxes. It's a great mod. I wish it was still available for the older mods. However, I'm using an, would you believe it, an Australian 22 speed with retarder gearbox, and it's designed for heavy haul, and no matter which engine you pair it with, it's a delight. But whilst it can pull a mountain up a hill, it's never going to go along at 2,000 miles an hour. if that's your objective. So bear all these points in mind, but I think you'll find in 2025 the free-to-play player can be just as pro, just as leaked, just as 1337 as the guy who spent an absolute fortune on external mods. So there you go, thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Thumb the videos up if you love them, down if you hate them. I will see you for another wicked Broken Ebeez video.